You may have been following these films from Parkinson's Walks, based around Cheltenham. We follow this line here out as far as Kingham, and now we're going to go south there, which became the Midland South Western Junction Railway. Got to Southampton in the end, but we're as far as Chedworth, and this one is quite interesting. We'll make a start here in the middle of nowhere. Beautiful brick bridge, again built with a lot of care and skill, and now just left here to rot. It is providing a walkway for people that are visiting the area, I guess. I don't know, very safe, does it? This is the main attraction in this area, of course, Chedworth. So most people come to see, but then they don't know about our railway. This is part of the Midland South Western Junction Railway. Enabled the merchants in the Midlands to get their goods to the south coast ultimately. And we start with a brilliant fine look on official straining post. No broad gauge rail here. And wonder of wonders, it's still got some original wire on it. Amazing. Wow, that's an embankment. Hand dug, of course. And that's our first objective. Right, you ready? It's hard enough climbing it. Goodness knows what it must have been like trying to build it. Free entry. The path we just climbed off is down there somewhere. Pan round to the left. See the top of the forest here. That's looking back towards Withington. And this is Chedworth. We're going this way. We're straight off the embankment into a cutting. So you'd imagine that the material from one was used in the other. One of our old Sentinel friends here, look. That's hard going for a cutting, isn't it? Look at that. Solid limestone. Well, it's quite soft as long as it's been underground. You imagine Paddy here with his wheelbarrow, carting the spoil from here and tipping it down the embankment. But in fact there are a lot of local labourers here. There was an agricultural slump on, so a lot of the guys that had been farm labourers came to build the railway. There was very little mechanisation, it was just beginning. So the majority of this was done with a pickaxe, shovel and a wheelbarrow. Absolutely amazing feat. A quarry opened out here. Remains of some ballast here. There's a lot of ash and there is some modern material being put down. A big swathe of ballast there. Here you can really appreciate the effort involved. We're on a ginormous embankment here. As always, very difficult to show it on camera. But the best I can do. These woods would once have echoed to the sound of a steam train clattering down here. It would have been a lot clearer, wouldn't it? Reduce the risk of fire. We know they didn't spend much money on railway halts, but come on. I would suspect and hope that had some other purpose. At our feet there's a large slab of concrete here, so I'm not quite sure what that was. Just a little farther on and we come to that. Chedworth Tunnel. Perhaps in need of some maintenance these days. Doesn't encourage you to get too close, does it? You can see there how it's built into the rock. As you would probably have guessed, there's no access. But we might be able to have a little look in through the slot there, into the letterbox. I think there's a little bit of bulge on that wall. Not a place to linger, I fancy, but a beautiful tunnel entrance. A last look. Now, can we get to the other end? Well, on our way to Chedworth, and this is what the tunnel was built to avoid. Climbing, climbing, climbing. We're up on the high wolds here. The wartime Chedworth airfield in that direction. Grubbed out most of it. We're this way. Down the other side. Down there. Having popped out into this valley, there's the line of the railway, which means that the tunnel comes out there, where that nice big house is. Oh, they're not going to want us, are they? You should be able to make out the bank dipping down at this point, which I would imagine is the tunnel mouth. See if we can see anything. A couple of mouldy old fence posts. And that's about it. If you look closely, you can just see the edge of the tunnel mouth. Losing the focus, but you can see the arch. A slightly better view. Everything goes on. Down there. We're standing atop of some blue brick copings on top of a abutment, I guess. And there you are. Interesting, beautiful tunnel. I thought it might have been in use for something. Back out, and then we have the line of the railway denoted by posts. And now we enter the stunning Cotswold village of Chedworth. Go and have a look around, see if we can hunt out our railway. So this is Chedworth on the map. You can see the railway coming out of the tunnel there and going through the village. It looks quite distinct there. But as we know, after 60 years, it's not always that easy to find. The dot signifies where the station is, or was. See what we can find. It's said that when the very last train came through here, the engine driver stopped the train, walked up to the pub, had a pint, got back on the train, and continued on. From the pub car park you can make out the embankment just to there. See if we can find it on the road. And that's pretty. There it is. That's the embankment. So this is where the railway entered through the back door of Chedworth. On this side takes a bit of effort. Through there, look. So it's behind the willow fence. Is that any good or not? No, it's not. Little stub of wall in amongst the trees. I wonder if that was railway built. We'll wander up here. Down there in the bottom of the valley, what I thought were railway posts. Not too sure now. Keep going and see what we find. Charming but not very helpful. Lovely old clapper bridge down here, and next should be the embankment. Pretty. Well, it's certainly not obvious in the landscape unless we're standing on it. That lovely couple just informed me that in actual fact it's up there. The railway is up there on an embankment. Wow. And proof, if proof were needed, we're back to railway fence posts. Complete with straining loops. 3 old soldiers here, look. Right, top of the embankment, looking towards Chedworth, and the opposite direction. Unfortunately, as you can see, not passable, or at least we know now where we are. Right, on the road. Yeah, I think somebody's nicked an old rail post there. So you're looking at the trees around the railway directly ahead. There you are. What a wonderful sight. What a splendid structure. Even the local workmen appreciate it. That is a work of art. Twin track, you'd have to think. Well, we're headed for the station. Railway version of a Cotswold stone wall. Proper one on the left with the correct coping stones. Whereas the one here is railway coping stones. A little bit farther on, and there we have the cutting. Genuine railway. That's not a style, is it? Not a kissing gate. And one of these then. And then a concrete post. Not quite so romantic. On the pathway here, look, you can look down into the cutting. Looking the other way, and a well, looks like a 60s house. Another residence on the line. And that is as near as we're going to get. Well, indeed, no through road. Looks like we might have reached Journey's End. Looking up the embankment, that's where the station was. See the old post on the horizon. What glorious. And the trackbed wanders along there. And they're all on its own, look. Another one of our fence posts. What I have to do now is wend my way back to the car. All you've got to do, if you enjoyed that, is click on my channel, Parkinson's Walks, click on videos, And there's 60 odd there, all different subjects, waiting for somebody to look at.